Hello, this is Johnny Devine, a science teacher in Tacoma, Washington. In this final video, I'll share tips and insights about the last student product of the Sticks and Stones project, the Atlatl, or spear thrower.
This construction and project are part of the Knowledge and Action AP Physics 1 curriculum. The Atlatl presents an opportunity for students to build upon their understanding of rotational kinematics with rotational dynamics, specifically with the rotational force, torque. After constructing atlatls with known lengths, students measure the amount of torque they can generate through their wrist. This, along with other known values and assumptions, allows students to predict the initial velocity of their spear, or dart, at the time it leaves the atlatl. As with the bow and sling, this allows students to predict the range of their projectile, which can be compared to actual hands-on tests. For the construction of the atlatl, you will need mostly the same tools and materials as with the bow and arrow. The shaft of the atlatl can be made from the same PVC as the bow, and I often use old bows for this purpose. This means most of my atlatls are 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch in diameter and mostly Schedule 40, though some Schedule 20, which has a lower mass, makes for some nice discussion about mass's role in the moment of inertia and rotational dynamics. I usually allow my students to pick a length between 1.5 to 2.5 feet, mostly for cost and safety. You will need some 90-degree elbow fittings. These allow a place for the dart to rest against the atlatl. I have students use saws to modify the fittings for better connection. You could choose to use glue to connect the elbow to the pipe, but I've found that some duct tape works well enough and allows the atlatls to be deconstructed so the parts can be modified or saved again for next year. The spears, or darts, are essentially identical to the arrows from earlier in the Sticks and Stones project, just larger in size. I have students choose between 5 and 6 foot lengths of bamboo pole. I encourage them to make quick and simple 2-fin fletchings and require them to pad the tip for safety. A knock on the end of the dart helps with its connection to the atlatl. On the atlatl, students can use string and tape to create a place for the knock to sit. I found this to be an important part of a successful design. As with the bow and sling, using the atlatl can take some getting used to. Have students practice on a closed, controlled range while wearing safety glasses, and encourage them to start slow. They should perfect the motion before trying to add power to it. I usually walk my class through some wrist stretches to further prevent any injury. With a little practice, students should find that the atlatl can move more mass further than any of the Stone Age hunting tools.